Blood on the pavement, Jake's body motionless, and the sound of a single scream cuts through the silence. That's how the leaked trailer opens, and that's all it takes to shake the world of the streets that raised Jake may have finally turned against him. And this time, no one might be able to save him. The Season 7 has been building towards something dark, and now it feels like the storm has arrived. In the last few episodes, we've watched Jake slowly unravel, not just because of the streets, but because of everything he's lost. Kevin moved away. Papa lost his father and started drifting into his own world. Even Jemma, the one who stood beside Jake, has been distant, caught up in her own path. That left Jake angry, bitter, and more alone than ever. And when a young man is isolated in a city like Chicago, danger comes quick. Tensions between rival crews have been heating up, especially after Emmett's falling out with Douda when Emmett tried to walk away from that life. Douda made sure there were consequences. Every ally of Emmett became a target, and Jake was already on that list. In Episode 7, we saw hints of it. Shadowy figures watching Jake from across the street, whispers about someone snitching, and a scene where Jake looks out his window and sees a black SUV slowly rolling by. That SUV shows up again in the leaked trailer. But this time, it doesn't just pass. The city is boiling. Everyone feels it. Even inside the schools, the vibe has changed. Teachers seem more tense. Cops have started hanging around corners again, and the older guys are talking like war is about to return. Jake walks through it all, pretending he's not scared, but the fear is right behind his eyes. He's been trying to stay low, but Jake is no longer the kid who used to hide. He's grown, he's confident, maybe too confident. And that's exactly how they get you. The last time we saw him, he had just come from a heated talk with Emmett. Jake warned Emmett that if Douda came after him, it would spread, and Jake was right. He just didn't expect to be the one in the line of fire. And let's not forget, Jake still has enemies in his old life. There are people who haven't forgotten what his brother Reg did, and some of those grudges don't fade. The streets have a long memory, and Jake's name is still connected to blood, power, and money. Some want revenge, others want to send a message. And some just want Jake out of the picture. The leaked trailer gives us just seconds of warning. Jake is shown walking down an alley. He's wearing a red hoodie, the same one Reg used to wear. A small detail, but it hits hard. Maybe it's just a tribute. Maybe it's a symbol. Or maybe it's a final goodbye. A door slams shut in the background. Jake flinches, turns, and the screen cuts to black. We hear tires screeching. Then gunshots, fast, loud, brutal. The next image we see is Jake lying on the ground still. Number. Music, just silence, and the sound of someone breathing hard, maybe crying. It's unclear who finds him, or if anyone does. But what's clear is this: the chi is about to change forever. Whether Jake survives or not, this ambush isn't just a scene. It's a spark to something bigger, something worse. Something permanent. Because in this city, pain doesn't end with a bullet. It starts there, asterisk, it's just 30 seconds. Number. Dialogue. No music. But those 30 seconds from the leaked trailer say more than a full episode ever could. Jake's ambush isn't shown like an action scene. It's quiet, raw, and terrifyingly real. The kind of moment that makes your stomach drop because you know something awful is coming, but you can't stop it. The clip starts with Jake stepping out of a corner store. It's nighttime. A single flickering streetlight buzzes overhead. He's holding a bag in one hand and his phone in the other. Nothing seems wrong at first, until he pauses. He looks left, then right. His body tenses, just slightly, like his instincts are whispering that something's off. In the background, a black SUV crawls past. The same one that's been following him for weeks now, but this time, it doesn't keep going. It stops. Jake starts walking faster. The camera shifts, showing a shadow moving across the alley behind him. A figure in dark clothes steps into frame for just a moment, then disappears again. Jake glances over his shoulder. His pace picks up. He drops the bag, pulls up his hood, and breaks into a sprint. That's when everything explodes. Gunfire. Close, loud, no warning. Jake dives behind a dumpster, but not fast enough. The screen shakes as bullets hit the metal, sparks fly. Somewhere nearby a voice shouts Jake's name, but we never see who it is. Is it Jemma? Emmett? Maybe even Kevin, returning too late? No one knows for sure, but the sound of that voice is filled with panic and heartbreak. Then it happens. Jake stumbles out from behind cover, holding his side. Blood is already soaking through his hoodie. He tries to run, one step, two, and collapses. The camera stays on his hand as it twitches once, then goes still. The clip ends with a slow pullback. Rain starts to fall, mixing with the blood on the pavement. No music, no voices. Just the hollow hum of a city that's seen too much, but hears. Where it gets even more chilling, fans have slowed the footage down frame by frame, and something strange stands out. There's a flash of someone watching from a rooftop. A silhouette, not holding a gun, just watching. Could this be a setup? A message, or someone who's supposed to clean up the mess? Some fans believe Jake knew this was coming. In an earlier scene from episode 7, he recorded a voice memo on his phone. It wasn't explained, but what if it was a final message? A goodbye? Others think this isn't real at all. A vision, a dream. A warning shown to Emmett or Jemma before something worse happens. But the blood, the silence. The fear on Jake's face, it all feels too real. The color palette in the trailer is important too. Everything is washed in blue and gray tones, like the life has been drained out of the city itself. Only the red of Jake's hoodie stands out, red for danger, red for pain, red for goodbye. And yet there's one final shot that changes everything. As the screen fades to black, one more image flashes, so quick you could miss it. Jake's eyes, half open, looking at something or someone. We don't know if it's the end, or if it's just the start of a bigger war. Because in the Chi, no bullet is ever just a bullet. Every shot fired sends a wave through families, through blocks, through futures. And Jake's fall might be the domino that knocks everything down. The second the shots were fired, the silence wasn't just in the street, it echoed across the entire South Side, because when Jake goes down, the whole city feels it. He's not just another kid caught in the crossfire. He's someone's brother, someone's love, someone's last thread of hope. And now that thread might be cut? Let's start with Jemma. We know her as strong, outspoken, never one to stay quiet when something's wrong. But Jake was different for her. He saw her pain, her fire, her flaws, and he stayed. In the last few episodes, things between them were rocky. Jemma was distant, focused on building her own identity. But love like theirs doesn't just fade. If Jake dies, Jemma won't be the girl who cries in the corner. She'd be the girl who burns the whole world down looking for answers. Her father, who's always been protective and overbearing, might finally realize the city he tried to shield. Her from is the same one that just tore her apart? This tragedy could either bring them together or push her into a darker path of revenge. Then there's Emmett. Jake is like family to him. He watched him grow up, protected him when Reg was gone. Emmett's already walking a tightrope between peace and war with Douda, but this would be the final push. If Emmett finds out Douda had anything to do with Jake's ambush, directly or indirectly, then there's no turning back. No more playing nice, no more second chances. Emmett might finally step into the role everyone's been afraid of, a leader born not out of ambition, but out of pain. And what about Papa? He's already struggling. Losing his father shattered something inside him. He's been leaning on faith, on silence, trying to find peace in the middle of chaos. But if Jake dies, the last light in Papa's world might go out. Some fans believe Papa could walk away from the streets forever. Others think this will break him, that he'll snap and do something he swore he never would. Kevin, though gone, still lingers in this story. The leak doesn't show him, but his voice is in the background. His influence, his bond with Jake was deeper than anything else on the show. If Jake dies, we might see Kevin return. Not as a friend, but as someone carrying guilt, the weight of leaving when his brother needed him most. His comeback could shift the entire end of the season. Even Douda can't ignore this. He's been playing chess with everyone's lives, But if this ambush happened without his direct order, it shows weakness in his empire. Someone moved without his permission. That kind of betrayal inside his circle won't go unpunished. But if it was Douda, if he did approve Jake's death, then Douda just declared war on everyone who ever loved that boy. But here's the real twist. It's not just about grief. It's about pressure. The community already buried too many sons. The streets are tired. Mothers are afraid. Leaders are breaking. Jake's fall could be the one that forces real movement, protests, pushback, retaliation, maybe even a new power rising from the ashes. Something's coming. Because when a heart like Jake's is stopped, the body around it doesn't survive long. In every show, there's a moment that changes everything. And whether Jake survives or not, this is that moment for the Chi. Lines will be drawn. Blood will be answered with blood. And for some, this isn't just about justice, it's about making sure the next bullet never finds another boy like Jake, asterisk, just when the trailer seems to close the door on Jake's story, a flicker of doubt sneaks in. That's the thing about the Chi, it never gives you the full truth up front. The leaked footage may show blood, may show Jake still on the ground, but it never shows the moment that confirms death. And fans, they've learned to watch closely, because in this show, the truth often hides in silence. One of the biggest clues comes at the end of the trailer. Just 2 seconds, buried in darkness. Jake's hand, the same hand that looked lifeless a moment ago, curls ever so slightly. Is it a muscle twitch, or is it proof that he's still holding on? The screen fades to black before anything. More is revealed. That 1 second has sparked a wildfire online. Some fans are convinced this is a fake-out, a misdirect meant to rattle us before the real twist hits in episode 8. There's also the question of the blood. Yes, it's there, but not as much as you'd expect for a fatal shot. Could the bullet have grazed him? Could he be injured but not dead? The camera carefully avoids showing his chest or head. It stays low, near the stomach. A non-lethal wound? Or a decision by the showrunners to keep his fate a mystery? And then there's the whisper. In the final audio of the leaked trailer. If you listen closely, with headphones slowed down, someone says his name, not a scream. Not a cry, a whisper, Jake. Fans believe it's Jemma, but others suggest something stranger, that Jake might be hallucinating. That everything we saw was part of a vision, a fear playing out in his mind triggered by trauma, anxiety, or a warning from someone else. Remember season 5? Kevin dreamed Papa's funeral. The Chi has done this before, but the real smoking gun comes from behind the scenes. Recent photo surfaced, quickly deleted, showing actor Michael V. Epps, Jake, on set filming with Emmett and Jemma. The photo wasn't marked with a season or episode, but the clothes didn't match any scene we've seen yet. Is it a flashback? A funeral dream? Or is Jake alive and recovering and we just weren't supposed to know yet? More fuel to the fire. Promotional materials for episode 9 include a quote that fans can't stop dissecting. It reads, "He's not gone. He's just out of reach." Is that poetic or literal? Is Jake in a coma, in hiding, in protective custody? Some even think Emmett helped fake Jake's death to protect him from Douda, giving him a way out of the game without actually leaving a body behind. Then there's the theory about the red hoodie, the same one Reg once wore. In Chicago symbolism, red can mean death, but it can also mean rebirth. Reg died in red. What if Jake lives in it? What if it's a reversal, a statement that this time the story will end differently? And let's not forget the rooftop silhouette. Who was that watching the whole ambush unfold from above? Some say it's Douda's second in command. Others think it's Kevin, returned in secret, watching over his old friend. But a few fans believe something darker, that it's a new player, someone pulling strings behind the scenes, someone who wants the city to burn. If Jake survives, his fight isn't over, it's just begun. And that figure on the rooftop? That might be the next villain in the shadows. One thing is certain, the Chi didn't leak this trailer by accident. This was a message to the characters. And to us, the stakes are higher than ever, trust is broken, war is coming. And Jake's fate is the match waiting to hit the flame. So, is Jake really dead? No answer is clear. But one truth remains. If he lives, the city will never be the same. And if he dies, the city might not survive what comes next.